What's up, YouTube? Sorosh Frog here with Sorosh Saberian. Just top 32. We're not sure how far he made it yet because I'm doing it before the top 32. But yeah, he's running Mermail Atlanteans. How was your tournament experience, Sorosh?
It's really up and down because day one, I won my first match like very easily. But then the second one, I played against a really good player. I actually have the matches, so I can tell you who I played. But he played wind up. And I drew 2 controllers and it was kind of awful. When you draw 2 controllers, it's really hard to come back, especially with 2 lens. You can't really make a lot of plays, especially if they open Magician Shark or Factory Rabbit. You just get so much advantage so quickly. So like the order of the matchups was like, I played wind up round 1, I won that. Lost round 2 to wind up. Round 3 I played water. That was the funnest match ever because I opened 3 water art. Water spirit art and 2 spheres.
My friend. I forget his I forget who it was.
Yeah, so it was really funny. I opened yeah, 2 sphere, 3 water art, and a megalo, and I went set sphere, set water art, and he just goes set. So I kind of got to win by playing like 3 water art and a mole in that game. So it was kind of disgusting. Like, I discarded his hand, he would top a card, and I just discarded the top and I just pushed the game.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
So the next round I lost to a Dino Rabbit, like with macro in the name. Then I went perfect after that. So I played another Dino Rabbit, wind up Hero, wind up Agent, and Dark Bolt. So overall it's been really good. I mean, even Friday I stayed with Simon, Heat for a bit. We chilled, play tested, and so on. We made a bet about the Dark Magician. That was awesome.
And then he won with it.
Yeah.
So I guess he can thank you later.
Yeah, he should thank me later. So I guess I'll just do the deck profile. So you pretty much play 2 of like most cards because it's I play more conservative than most. A lot of people like to be super aggressive. So these guys you always want to play 2 because if you draw one, it's bad, and you need one in the deck with the lens. Because you only have 2 targets that you can search with the lens. Yep. So it's important to play at least 2. Most players will play 3 divas, but I think 2 is really good. It's more versatile. I don't have to waste as much normal summons. I really like the card, but I just think it's not something you would play 3 of. 2 marksmen. This I got, I think, from... when I was first testing the deck, I was playing like 3 and 3. I was just playing super aggressive and whatever. I think Bobby Barone showed me a list, and I think he played 2 copies of this and 2 infantry. So I really like that because I was playing less spheres than most people. I found it matched my playstyle better. So I went from 3 megalos to 2, and then 2 of everything else.
Yeah.
The 3 lens is very standard. Well, some people like 2, but I think 3 is really good because you always want a sphere target, and Lin is obviously the best target with sphere. Dragoon's obviously the best card in the deck. I think like just so many things you can search. 3 Undines, that's expected.
Cards are nuts.
Yeah, 2 controllers, 2 Chagodia. I think you have to play this.
So I assume you run a lore, right?
Yeah, for sure. 2 Megalos, and 1 Molan. So that's the monster lineup.
Cool.
My magic is pretty standard. 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Mind Control, 1 Reborn, 1 Allure, Dark Hole, 1 Salvage, 1 Heavy. I guess the only cards that people debate about is playing MSD. Some people rather play 2 Salvage or what have you.
Or Ricky Blake or Ring Bounce.
Yeah,
too. Exactly.
But I thought I really like my trap lineup, which I'll go over in a second. And I went from playing Wind Blasts or Regeki Breaks to not playing them and just playing MSD because you play the Allure, so you kind of want the controller, and you always want the option to synchro into like a level 7. You usually get Lin, Spike, and then you get an Undine. But if you already have a controller in hand, it's like it lets you make the plays that you need to like kind of just push through. So the MSCs were actually really important because in the matchups, I thought I was going to be playing against a lot of Macro Rabbit. Yeah. And wind blasting and macro rabbit macro isn't always good because you can't necessarily always go off the turn. You bounce the macro back and they can just draw it again next turn and it stops you from playing anything you want to play.
And how is Mind Control?
Mind Control is actually really good because you have tuners and all the levels, so it's really easy. You make big eye plays all the time in mirror matches. it's just really good. I think it's the nuts. You have to play it.
Cool.
So as for the trap lineup, I played 2 torrential, 2 sphere, not 3. I tested 3 and then I went to 1, from 3 to 1, and then I went to 2. Again, like when I was playing the deck, I play really conservative, so I don't always drop Megaload like turn 1 or like turn 2. Like I keep those cards in hand because I want to push when I need to or have outs 2 cards. And I played 3 Spirit Arts.
Oh, don't forget to mention that you pulled one of these.
Oh yeah. Well, I pulled both actually. So I went to Montreal. Yeah. Well, so I went to Montreal like last weekend, and I just split a box with Yvonne. Like he's topped a bunch of. He's from Montreal. He's topped a few events like with Cyber Darks and whatever, but he hasn't played for like ever. And we just split a box just for fun. And then I got this, and then like just yesterday in my entries I got these.
Lucky
so
you.
I was like destined to play this deck.
Yep.
So then the 3 Spirit Arts. A lot of people criticize these. Yeah, but I mean it's better because you get to. So a lot of things you can do is like you can discard magics, traps, and a lot of times you end up discarding Reborn or Dark Hole or just the big cards, the things that are really scary. And a lot of times I found that people would just mind control my card or like play Dark Hole and then you can chain it. And like you can see even in the feature match that I played, there's just some really cool things you can do and it'll just win you the game. It's like confiscation. It's the same exact thing. Right?
And this is 40 or 41?
This is 40. So the side deck is, I think the side deck is the hardest part about this deck because you don't have a lot of things that the generic sides that you would do. The only card that I would say, are very generic is Erika. This is the best side. Yeah.
Don't you wish you sided more?
No, because you want the one because you diva it. You have access to it, so you don't always need to like search it. Like the Dragoons can get you it. You can get the diva. The deck searches so much. The other cards that are like super generic are Goes and Match.
Yep.
I think it's just really good all around. You can side it against most decks. Needle Sealing, I think Wind Up is a bad matchup if they know what you're playing, so you kind of have to play it. I decided to play this card instead of Decrease.
Overhyping it. You love this card, huh?
I really do. I think you can side it in against anything. The reason is because, for example, Wind Up plays Rabbit, they have to remove Rabbit, and they usually side D-Fissures against this deck, so basically it's an out to what they have. I find a lot of my side is, I side versus other people's side. Like with this deck, because the deck is actually really consistent and really good, you don't have to side for a specific matchup. You just need generic sides that beat other sides. I played 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and 2 Imps for Dark World. The MST is super standard. I played Stun. I think it's pretty good. Like people side a lot of Soul Drains and whatever. You just need the 1 turn to go off.
Yep.
Ultimate Offering. I sided it versus Mirror. I think this is a card that most people would play in the main rather than the side, but I don't really need it.
Did you ever side it though?
Yeah, I sided it against Mermail. Like the only time I care to have this card is if I'm not playing the Water Arts, and just because of that. I think it's okay. And the 2 Soul Takers is really good. So I sided it in against most decks as well.
What is it? No, they're side of it?
There's a side of it. Yeah, we'll go off like really quickly. So the extra deck is very simple. Zemming, Capacitor, Armory Arm, Hyper Liberian. This card is the nuts. Gungnir, Black Rose, Scrap, Gachi. Again, the nuts. Time Temple, Leviathan, Dweller. I think this card is really good, and this is probably the best card, MVP.
Yes. Alright, thank you, Sorosh.
Anytime.
Hope you do well in the top 32. Congrats on your top 32.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for watching, guys.